And I have not put up last week's, and I need to. I think, yeah. Sorry. But anyways, hi guys, happy Thursday. I'm so excited to chat with you guys on today. Okay, I'm gonna put this on just for the recording so it doesn't look crazy. All right, hi guys. All right, so I have a topic that I'd like to talk about today. However, I want to know, based on last week, if there's anybody who has anything on their heart and mind that you actually implemented over the last week from what we talked about on the last week. So I want to open up the floor for that, and then we'll dive into what's on my heart today. I had a major revelation, and I'm just praying that it blesses you guys. Like, my team is gonna get it regardless, and I think I'm actually charging my. Did y'all see my Apple Watch? I got an Apple Watch. Okay, I'm all crazy. Anyways, back to being focused. I'm expecting my team to speak up tonight about what I have to say. All right, did anybody have something they wanted to say about last week? What y'all implement? I know you miss me, Brittany.
Hey, everybody. So one thing that from last week that I took was being a little bit more, now you can see me better. But as far as sticking to my schedule and doing my work within my productive time, that has helped out a lot this week. I haven't felt so scatterbrained and like I'm just everywhere or just working all day. So that has helped out a lot this week. And another piece of advice that I got was I think I said, stick to your schedule. So when you set something in your planner, instead of just hitting the dismiss button and not doing it, I actually do it.
Go Michelle. Anybody else?
Yeah, so for me, I've kept an hourly planner and have hours that I'm specifically working. And so far this month is the most loyals I've signed up since, I don't know, 2 years ago in a month. So yeah, it's been helping.
Yes. All right, one more person. One more. Come on, who's gonna be brave?
Okay.
Here we go.
It was what we learned from last week, right? Okay, so one of the things that really that I implemented in mine was the fact that don't let it works consume your life. Like working all day periodically here. So actually developing that schedule and putting it works in a time frame and working it and putting your phone down and leaving it.
That's so good. Do y'all know she has 5 kids? Does she look like she has 5 kids? She does not at all. She looks good. So shout out to her, okay? And she be working. All right, guys. So here's what I got today. Y'all hit me up in the comments, and then when I get done, I'm looking forward to hearing what this, and I think it's, can I shift your perspective? That's all I'm asking. Like, in this space, can I shift your perspective? Can I give you a different angle to look at things so that you can free yourself, right? So my topic today, and I put it, anyways, the topic is let it go, okay? And I don't know what that means for you, but that's my topic today. And you decide what this means for you. But when I say let it go, okay, yeah, I've been doing this for 7 years. Actually, drop in the comments how long you've been here. How long have you been in the business? Drop it in the comments. I kind of want to see who we have in the room. How many years? I've been here. It'll be 7 years next month. Y'all better celebrate with me when I walk into that 8th year. All right, come on. Eight is I don't know what. Yeah, I just missed it. Okay, 8 months. Okay, yeah. Okay, some people who are still in their first 2 years. Okay, good. So I'm praying that I can teach you guys something here in this moment so you don't make the same mistakes that I've made. I was still making until I just made a decision earlier today, maybe yesterday, because Brianna and I have been talking about it. And some of my team are gonna be honest about the fact that they've been making this mistake too, because they're gonna speak up tonight. Don't make me call your name. Okay. All right. So let it go. When I started this business 7 years ago, y'all, I didn't know anybody in It Works. No one. Had never heard about It Works. And if you relate, like, drop it in the comments. Me too. When I started, I didn't know anything. I didn't see it. I hadn't seen it everywhere. Like, I didn't know anything about anything. Didn't know anything about the company. Didn't know anything about the people in the company. Didn't know that I could really make money. I didn't know anything. Even when I went to conference, it wasn't all over Facebook. Like, it was like, who are these people? Like, I didn't know anything. That worked to my advantage. That is what allowed me to be Rachel and go fast. Okay? So today, I want to charge the old people, y'all seasoned people, to let go what you've learned about everybody else in this business. Me looking at other people and being in the room with other people did not do for me what I thought it would. And instead of me taking being in the room as just an accolade, I took it as a, oh, what do you know? Oh, what do you know? What y'all doing over there? Oh, instead of just staying and just connecting with leadership and appreciating the fact that I was being edified. Does that make sense? When you go into rooms that you have never been in, rooms that you believe have something in them that you don't have, you have to maintain who you are. And not that I didn't maintain Rachel, but I discredited what God put inside of me. I stopped believing that God instilled in me how he wanted me to lead my team. And I felt like, well, she's number one, so maybe she has something that I don't have. She's number two, so maybe there's something from her sister. And I'm not saying that you can't learn from other people. It's not what I'm saying. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know how many numbers, Jesus knows. However many people on here, and maybe you could just be real with yourself. Do you believe that you're really sharing what God has placed inside of you, or are you doing what you see because that's all you pay attention to, and you don't really take the time to work your business because you're paying attention to everything else? And I think the send-off here is, can you be honest with yourself? Like, let's be real here. Because some of y'all might be like, yeah, but I'm still me. No. Like, you can't even be innovative because you see that person. I just posted whatever the heck I wanted to post. And eventually I became a robot because it was like, oh, I'm gonna post nice, just copy, paste, Rachel, 3 kids. That'll work for me today. I had to figure it out. And people aren't figuring it out anymore. And if you're not figuring it out, how do you learn to do it like you? But you can't do it like me. Nope. Just saying. Dun, 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 dun. That Laffy Taffy. Girl, shake that Laffy Taffy. That's what I'm challenging y'all at today. So what do you need to let go? I'm letting go of it all. I would see people at events. I can't. I'm over it. I need to because when we were in our own bubble, y'all, we did the most tremendous things because all we did was focus on Jesus and what God could do. People like, you went presidential in October. What's the slow season? I didn't know what a slow season was until I started hanging around It Works people. What is that? We just worked. We promoted in every season. We bear fruit in every season. And what happens is you get around these people who we don't even know their story. We don't even know their story. But yet we're relating our business to their business. I probably could have went ambassador in 3 years if I wouldn't have started looking at everybody else and what they was doing. I'm not gonna lie, the team could have did it. We could have went ambassador. And we could have kept exploding. But then they got around other people. We got around other people and started to hear their stories, their negative things, the things that were pulling them down. Not that it was all bad. I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, when you have something that God has given you, you will start to discredit it because it doesn't look like what God gave somebody else. And then half the people never even get to see what God gave you because you won't even give them a chance because you over here just copy paste. Now, I'm not saying I ain't take stuff, because listen, Jay was my personal mentor, not our personal mentor. My team can speak to that, because all we did was just watch Jay videos all the time, all of them. That's all we did. Jay. I didn't even know who Stephanie Dunn was, if I could just be honest with you. It was Jay. It was Jay Hooper. I'm not gonna lie. So, what y'all gotta say about that? Who got some? It's somebody I want to call on, but hopefully she speaks up for herself.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just be honest with you. When I came into the game, I was solely on me. I was solely focused on God and the money. I was getting up at 5:30 because I did boot camp, and it said you get up an hour earlier than the time that you normally get up. So I was getting up at 5:30. I was doing my Bible studies, and then I was focusing solely on God. I was giving Transformation Church a whole hour every morning before I go to work and go and do this. And I was coming home and I was signing people just left and right. It was just like magic. That's how I felt. And this month I got it myself. I decided to get organized, and I decided to start watching videos of people that I never was watching before, people that was making it, getting to where they were getting faster than what I was expecting, because my goal is to go double diamond. I know with God's help I can do it. But I started focusing on people, and I started studying people, and I started taking notes on people. As soon as I started doing that, I stopped signing customers because I'm no longer focusing on my dream. I'm focusing on their dream. I'm focusing on what they're doing to get to where they was getting. And I had to realize now, like I told my upline, I spoke to my upline earlier, and I told her, I said, I need to redirect myself and remember why I joined this business. Honestly, I didn't join for money. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I did not join for money. I joined to gain a closer relationship with God. And when I was doing that, I was doing good. And when I start falling back on that, I start falling back on the business.
Wow. Okay, who got next? Wow.
Okay, so I was gonna be quiet today, but I felt like I was tagged. So, but this, it really spoke to me because I guess coming from a place where I felt like I needed an upline, and I know, Rachel, we had talked about this. I literally had got consumed in YouTube, and granted, it is a really good resource, but I had got so consumed, kind of like what Courtney said, and like, okay, well, this person did this in 30 days, so let me go ahead and take these notes, and I'm gonna do it exactly like this. And I'm realizing that I felt like I was losing myself. I'm trying to do all of this, and I'm trying to build this, and I'm like, okay, maybe I need another group here and need this, and I was doing too much where it was overwhelming me. And I ended up losing so many team members. Like, I was losing team members left and right. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I done enrolled in this. Like, why are they leaving? Why are they not listening? I was getting upset at them, but it was really me because I was no longer being authentic with them. And I was faking a funk, just simple as that. I was faking a funk because I was trying to be what I saw another leader doing. But I had to remember, I'm not them and they're not me. And I'm not here to be them. So I really had to click my mind into it. And once I started doing that, I started organizing my time, of course, and I started giving God way more time. Like now in this season, I have prayed more than I ever have in my entire 29 years of life. And
I had like this whole week, and it's not even over, has been an amazing week. This whole month has been an amazing month because I've been manifesting so much. Like now it's to the point I be telling my team, like, okay, look, you upset, we finna pray about it. You want to pray on the phone? You want to do this? Like, what do you want to do? You want me to text you a prayer? I could voice note you a prayer, because I'm authentically being me. As I get closer in my relationship with God, I can't shy from that. Like, that's just, I feel like God is whooping me like, hey, if you making this post about Jesus, you better go ahead and make this post about Jesus. Like, so it's like that now. Like I'm not gonna hold on to that no more.
So,
you want to go? Okay, so I want to speak to what Rachel said about in the beginning when we didn't watch anybody. We did not know like what we did, what we were doing. We were just doing our own thing. And I remember she went presidential, and this was a time I had backed away from the business because I was inconsistent in the beginning. And she did an interview with one of the other top earners that we were looking to, or like a lot of us kind of like, I'll say it, idolized, I guess at that time. And when she was interviewing Rachel, Rachel knew more than her. Like Rachel was schooling her. And I was like, here we are looking to her, and Rachel know way more. Like, she looking at Rachel like with her mouth open, and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna follow my leader. Like, that's all I need to see. Like, we don't need to look at nobody else. They looking at her trying to get the juice. Like, so that's when it clicked for me that I just need to follow my leader. I don't even follow nobody else. But then my business in the beginning, I was frustrated because I was watching everybody, and I was trying to take parts from this person, take parts from that person, and like combine it to be like this perfect distributor. And it was so frustrating, and my business did not start to explode, and my business did not start to become fun until I started to become or be me. Like, I just started to be me, because there are people who want to connect to you, not to Rachel, not to Keisha, not to me, but to you. And so if I can tell y'all anything, just be y'all. Be y'all and be happy.
Let me say this before Brittany hops in. I think the biggest thing, thank you for sharing that, but I think the biggest thing that people have to understand is that and I think it's so good, because if you're not reading the book, and we're just reading it as a leadership team, but if you're not reading the book, what does it say? How to lead when you're not in charge. Read that book, like read it. It talks about being submitted to leadership, but still shining, like shining. Yeah, okay, I can do that. But still shining. I'm so corny. Like, my kids are gonna, like, when they get older, they'll be like, do not come to my house because my mom does the most, okay? They don't bring nobody over here. But you can still shine while being submitted to your leadership. You can still lead while still being underneath somebody. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people get twisted. And even for me, like, Brittany, don't forget what you guys say. But even for me, like, being connected, I mean, I'm an ambassador diamond, which at sometimes I'd be like, I'm just Rachel. But I'm like, no, like, you actually have this position. Like, you're an ambassador diamond. So you have to be submitted. I mean, I want to be. I get to be submitted to leadership. And so it's like leadership and then me. I don't have nobody else. Like, and I need to realize that you don't have nobody else. Like, you got siblings out in these streets, but at the end of the day, your number one submission is to the vision of your leadership, and that's it. That's it. The vision of and as long as you're in alignment, which I know we are, as long as we're in alignment, we do what we do. And you have to be okay with that as you are, like, mentored by corporate. Like, Pam, like, Cammy, those people, like, no one else. Not that they can't feed into my life. I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, let's stop discrediting what God has given you. Y'all, we knew nothing. We were connected to no one. We read only what was in E-Suite and listened to the Show Me the Money call. That was it. That was back when corporate didn't do nothing. Corporate did nothing besides the Sunday call and Show Me the Money. And all my pictures, if you can relate, go ahead and laugh at me. Every Sunday, I was like, one, okay? Because that's what we used to do in all our pictures. Y'all remember back in the day, all my Sunday, every Sunday, I post my one pic, okay? Y'all remember that? Okay, go ahead, Brittany.
what I want to speak on is my why. Before I start looking at everybody else, I had my why, but then I got distracted with other people why. Like, oh, she brought her husband home. Well, now that's my why. Oh, she built her house from the ground up. Now that's my why. Oh, she paid for her wedding. Now that's my why. Oh, she did this, and now that's my why. Now I'm chasing everybody why but my own why, and then you get distracted, and when things get hard, you ain't got nothing to fall back on because you chasing everybody why but yourself, but your own why. And so I've been really trying to focus on finding my deep why, so that I stop attracting everybody else why. And then stories as well. Like I used to go steal everybody's stories, and I'll take out what doesn't relate to me, and then I'll put in what relates to me. And I wasn't attracting anybody. It wasn't until I started being myself and actually sharing my story, and then I started attracting people I thought they wouldn't be attracted to me. But you attract your tribe. You're supposed to be attracting people that can relate to you. And then when they come in my business, they can't relate to me because I done shared somebody else's story and somebody else's lifestyle, somebody else's dream. And they're like, well, that wasn't you. I thought you was somebody else. And now I got to fake who I am to make sure that I could still coach these people in my team. And so when I start being myself is when I start attracting my tribe and things start turning out better. So yeah.
So good. Somebody else got something that is so good. I'm gonna let one more person go, and then we're gonna fix this. Like, we're gonna figure it out. Okay. So
it's so funny that we're all saying the same thing, because I fell back. Like, okay, so I jumped in the business when I was like just had my daughter. If y'all follow me or don't follow me, I have a 3-year-old that runs my house, and she gets on my lives with me, and my son jumps on my lives. But how I got like into it was because I wanted to lose weight. One of my friends got me in, and I literally was doing the same thing everybody else was doing. I was watching YouTube, watching Rachel, watching all the top leaders. I was like, oh, I like her why. Oh, I like her why. And I totally forgot why I got into the business, because I wanted an extra $500, but that wasn't the whole sole reason why I joined. I wanted to join for me and to help other people lose weight or change their lifestyle. When I started like focusing, and when I fell back, I started focusing, okay, get yourself in order first, then go back to the business. I started working. Then I turned around. People didn't know I was a teacher. People didn't know I was working with it work. And then I started sharing. When the challenge came up to start sharing stuff, that's when people start following me. That's when people start, and I started doing host posts. That saved my whole entire life. Like that killed my game. Like just me going to sleep, showing somebody, oh, this is the results I have back from when I first joined the business. And then up until now, I'm showing people what I'm doing on a regular basis in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. People, oh, I like her story. Oh, and then with me just being myself, I came and explained it. And then I stopped going to YouTube until I seen, okay, I saw one YouTube video and I was like, okay, this is just to show people what the business is about, but they will come back to me for the information. And I tell them, when you watch the video, some things has changed, but come back to me and explain to me what is the most important thing you got from the video. What's the top 3 things that you got from the video you watch? Or if they come watch the video, hop on this call with me real quick. It's really, 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 really quick. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. Usually on Facebook, people know me as Lynette, but when I talk to them and I get them on the phone myself, I'm like, hey girl. They're like, you act just like you act in the videos. I'm like, yeah, this is not a game. This is really how I talk. And I'm literally, as long as you don't pretend to be somebody that you're not, and like Rachel said and everybody else said, you be the authentic you, that's when stuff, and not a joke. The last call I was on last week, Rachel said, stop pretending to be people or something to that effect. And I was like, okay. And I just started hopping on my own lives. I stopped hopping on people's lives. I was just like, okay, let me do it by myself. Let me see if I can do this by myself. And then my kids jumped in, which wasn't an intended thing. Like for all the people who are scared to jump on live, I promise you, just act as if the phone is not in front of you and just do it authentically like yourself. If you mess up, fine. What I do, I go back and I watch my own videos and learn what I did wrong, and I better my own videos for the next time I jump on, because people don't know I messed up unless you say, oh wait, I messed up, come back on. No, I don't do that anymore. I used to do that when I first jumped into the business. I would stop a video on the spot and say, okay, can y'all come back to my next slide? And they'd be like, what? And they would get so confused, like, why is she stopping? I messed up. They don't know I messed up. So if you keep going as if like nothing happened, you go back and learn what you did and write it down and just make it better the next time you go on videos. But everything that everybody is saying, we're all connecting. We're all doing the same thing. And we are going to change it. Not we are going to change it.
It's so good, like so good. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was good. So here's the thing, like you said something. You said something, and I wrote you said if I mess up or something like that, or I'm scared. If you're scared to go live, I said who cares if you're scared to go live? Like I'm for real, y'all. It does not matter. When I was scared to do a party the first time I did it, but guess what? I walked my little butt in there. This is why I used to put my heels on, put my heels on, my blazer on. I used to be ready for the game, okay? I always wore heels to a rap party because I was going to strut that thing like I was professional rap girl, and I would get in there and tell my story. And like I said, they never knew what I could have been making something up for all they know, but they gave me them $25, and I walked out of there with about a stack or two. Like, it's not a stack. And maybe I'm speaking out of my life. It's coming back. Okay? But I walked out of there with a lot of money and customers and everything. They didn't know. Like, they had no idea. Business partners and all that. And I had another party for next Saturday, okay? Next Sunday, I had a week full of parties. So no one knows. And so, I guess, and I don't know, because, we didn't do the social media thing, so there wasn't you weren't watching everybody, because there were only certain people who were running their businesses on social media. So we didn't see everybody. So it didn't matter. It was like, oh, okay, I'm not doing this. I had nothing to compare it to, because I wasn't watching nobody. I didn't even follow Jade on. The only reason I follow people is because I saw him at conference, because Pam didn't even used to tag him because we was on a phone call. So I couldn't even find him. So you couldn't even find people before. People are too accessible. And with our fleshly selves, we go and follow them, because just let your flesh just crawl up and be like, oh, okay, yep. Mm-hmm. Let me look at their life and what drawers they wear and buy their drawers. And like, come on, she wears Fenty. I need to go buy Fenty. Like, I'm serious. I'm talking about myself, but maybe y'all can't relate. I'm like, ooh, she got them kind of lights in the house. How can I find those? Like, it's just a waste of time. And so today, I want y'all to share in the comments. If y'all didn't see my comment, I said share in the comments. Why did you join, and why are you here? Because if you've been in here for a while, you might be here for a different reason. Like, I joined because I wanted to pay for my son's private school, but I'm here now because I feel I'm so fulfilled, and I feel like this business has just taken the limits off my life, and I just want a life of abundance for my entire family. And what that means for me is so many things. That means I'm debt free. I want to pay off however much. Don't get me actually a lot of debt. I'm gonna pay off all this debt. I want to pay my mama debt off. I don't care what nobody talking about. I want to wipe that out for my mom. If I have a way to make money, I want to build God's kingdom. I want to give a 5-figure tithes. I want to give 5-figure offerings. And there's so much that I desire. I want to travel all over the world. I want to take my family to Dubai. I want to I want a lot of stuff. And I serve a God of abundance, and I realize that now. But honestly, I had just started for $500 a month to pay my son's tuition. And guess what? When I was focused on just my business and not the people, and I'm not talking about the people I'm serving, but I'm talking about the people other people serving. Like, I'm paying attention to them. When I wasn't paying attention to that, we made $500 in our first 2 weeks in cash before we even got a paycheck, because we were so focused on ourselves instead of focusing on other people. Stop friending other distributors. For what? Now you're watching them all day instead of watching yourself. You don't need to watch them. You have everything inside of you that you need. You're just not willing to do it because you're watching everybody else do what God equipped them to do. And now you're mistaking what God equipped them to do to what He equipped you to do. And then you wonder when you start doing it, why it's not working. So let's hear it. Drop it in the comments. I got a new hashtag for us, okay? Just made this up. I'm not It Works famous. Hashtag not It Works famous. Okay? Hashtag we're not here to be It Works famous. Okay? We're not. We're not here because we want to be. You can put the Show Me the Money call on your dream board. You can put being on stage on your dream board, but it is not to be It Works famous, because becoming It Works famous is a distraction. Not even gonna lie to y'all. It is a distraction. Are you gonna give like this? Because that's what you're supposed to do when you become It Works famous. When you get to the top, what are you supposed to do? Serve. Serve. Are you willing to serve everybody because you're number one? Or are you just gonna be signing autographs? Are you LeBron James? Like, are you Michael Jordan? I'm just trying to figure it out. Because if not, then there's no point in you being It Works famous. Because if you're not gonna give on a higher level, that's why a lot of top leaders, let me give you guys a reality check. That's why a lot of top leaders look like they about to poop their pants at conference because they don't want to talk to nobody. They be like, oh, no, I just want to be famous online. I don't want to be famous in real life. And it's overwhelming because you gotta think, when you're at that high place, what is it? It's just it's elevated. You're just elevated from where you are right now. So I'm not It Works famous. I renounce it right now in the name of Jesus. Let's make Jesus famous. Okay? People want to know about anything, just the blood that gives me strength from day to day. Okay? You want to know? Give it to Jesus. All right. I'm loving this about these wives. All right. So let's talk about this release. Okay? Anybody got anything to say before we just... We finna get some healing up in this place, okay? We releasing it today so that we can walk in what God desires of us. I was watching Jade today, and she was like, oh, there's only like 10 triple diamond 2.0s. And I was like, are you serious right now? And she was like, so this is like making history. She was talking about her team going 2.0. I was like, I'm going triple diamond this month. Like, what? See, this is the thing. Why are there only like 10 triple diamond 2.0s? Why would somebody even question not opening a 2.0? It's more money. Like, what are you talking about? It's more lives change. But that's what happens when you're listening to somebody else instead of just playing a game. Who told you that you lose your rank? Where'd you get that from? Who told you that it was hard to reload every month? Because when I stubbed my toe when I was a kid, that didn't mean I sat down and said, Mom, I'm never walking again. Who taught you that? Let's talk about this release. Well, think about it. It's okay. I'm going to give everybody a little moment. When you think about releasing, what does this look like in terms of actual steps? Are you willing to say goodbye? Y'all, yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I don't know, post to post has been popping up my timeline. Like my friends list. So I probably let go. I actually went to the top income earners, the top leaders page, and deleted like everybody from my friends list because I needed space. And I was like, why are we friends anyway? Like, you never like my stuff. You shouldn't even be liking my stuff unless you're just coming to me for inspiration, unless we're friends in real life. Like, people who never liked my stuff and were friends, for what? Just so I can say I'm friends on Facebook with such and such. Like, come on, you're a groupie. And that's why, I don't know if y'all noticed, this is why I unfollowed Stephanie Dunn. I love her. But I became her prospect. My team always knows I talk about Brittany Hayes. Listen, y'all. Y'all, it was sad. Brittany, don't laugh at me. It was sad, y'all. I was out here thinking I was in Florida every day, like looking at her pool. I was like, so how can I sign up with you and be your distributor? Because I'm just trying to figure out how I can make $500 and live in a house like you. Like, it was sad. I was like, you gotta go. Oh my God, she was consuming my whole life. Well, I was allowing her to consume my whole life because her life was really nice. So I'm sure, like, she does really good at attraction marketing. Like, she's really good at it. And I'm sucked in. All right, so I see. Yes, I did. I used to put a lot of them on see first. Release it now. Yes. Unfollow some people. Actually, you need to delete them. You need to go delete them. Delete them. Delete them. There's no, like, you need to go delete them. There's no unfollow. There's no point in being on your friends list. Delete them. Yes. Release is doing it scared. Yeah. And let's talk about this. Like, what do you feel like you're losing because you're releasing it? Let's just be honest. Like, come on, let's just be real. What do you feel like you're going to miss out on?
Okay, can I be honest?
Come on, girl.
I like y'all because y'all tell the truth. Okay. No, but honestly, I think what it is something that God hit me with today. The fear of your own past. The fear of our own past hold us back a lot. And we don't realize that our past is our testimony. So if we don't share that with people, we are doing bad to ourselves, because that's what we're supposed to do as Christians. We're supposed to share. And I feel like that's something big for me, because when I start blowing y'all and telling y'all about my past, y'all gonna be like, oh my God, if y'all know where I came from and where I am today, y'all gonna be like, wow. And I feel like that's something that God is working with me on, because even with going live, Brittany been telling me to go live. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to blow your name up. But she's been telling me to go live, and I've been in my spirit, and God's been telling me to go live. And I just been in my spirit like, God, it's people on my Facebook that know me, know the real me. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm realizing that, no, they don't know the real me. They don't. I have to tell them who the real me is. My past experience do not explain who I am. Experiences is your experiences. You make mistakes, you go through life, but you learn from them. And what you learn from them can help somebody else. So going live and doing all that stuff I think it's just because of our own fear and our own walls that we build up within ourselves. And that's something that we have to let go. We have to let go, because if we want to succeed in this business and we want to succeed in our own business, we got to let go. I don't think there's nobody that's up at the top that really care. Look at Donald Trump. Look at all the things he's doing. People talk about him every day, and he's still living his best life. He don't care. He don't care about nothing. And that's exactly how we need to be. We need to be completely fearless of everything.
That is so good. Somebody else got something? I'm trying to see if somebody on here real quick. There she is. There she is. Okay. I'm gonna call you out, but if you wanna, you gonna know when I start talking. So if you wanna talk about your own self, then feel free. If not, I'm just gonna talk in generalization. You can just unmute and say that's me. Okay. So somebody inboxed me and was like, well, I don't even really want to share my story because she know who she is right now. I don't want to share my story because I've been in the business for X amount of years. Like, I'm not where I desire to be. And, I just don't, it's almost like every time I go to express my story, I don't, it's almost like discrediting her story. Not feeling like it's enough because she's not where everybody else is when they've been in the business for so long. She gonna unmute? You ain't gonna mute? Nope. Okay. There she is. So let's look at you. Don't do it. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this if you let me, since you're muted today.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell y'all something and I'm gonna let her speak. Here's the thing. If I did not know anything about It Works, again, hashtag not It Works famous, okay? And you've been making extra income, you can be a distributor. Let's just talk about it, just get perspective right now. If somebody else, and I'm not even trying to be funny, y'all. Here, give me 1 second, Renee, and I'm gonna go. So I'm not even trying to be funny with y'all. I don't know nothing about any other network marketing company. I don't know nothing about their ranks. I don't know nothing. All I know is what people show me and what I see based on how they live their life, right? I don't know no one else's brains. That's just me personally, because I've never been a part of any other ones. So somebody could have been in their business for 10 years and they could be a distributor. Like, I don't even know what the heck director, is that the first thing? I don't even know. But that would not discredit their story. I don't know how much money they make. No idea. You could be a distributor bringing in a stack a month. So you can't be, but what happens is we look at this person, well, she's Ruby and she's been in the business for 3 years and she ambassador, and we let it discredit our story? Absolutely not. I could be, that would just be like me being presidential. I'm frustrated with my own goals, but I don't discredit where God has brought me. I remember my pastor checked me. She said, Rachel, you have maintained at Presidential Diamond and stayed a top income earner, top 100 for, what was it? It was like 6 years. And there are people who've been in the business for 10 years and haven't done that. And I was like, you sure right. So I will not negate what God is doing through me, nor discredit it from people who don't even know what in the heck I do. I'm sure there's people out here who think that It Works pays us to like because we were told one day that It Works gave us like monopoly money. And I was like, oh, so I guess It Works like owns my house, and like people don't know. Like they have no idea. So go ahead, Ms. Brittany.
Hey y'all. So for those who've been here since Rachel started this with the whole company, y'all know when I get on here, I'm like bawling my eyes out. But I knew this is something I had to overcome this year, because this is where we started out at conference, telling your story. And I've been in the company for 5 years now, 5.5 years really, at a Ruby. And I don't know when it started, but it had to be listening to everybody else talking now. Once I started to focus on other people, I mean, I even got the revelation of unfollowing a lot of leaders. I unfollowed Jade, I unfollowed, the big people. And, but I would still go back to see, am I posting right? Am I saying the right thing? And I'm really good at sharing other people's story, because to me, that's the success story. Help me, Holy Ghost. To me, that is a success story. And I should have texted you for Monday, but I was just procrastinating because the Lord kept saying, just share it with Rachel, because I know you have a way of just helping us to shift our mindset. And yesterday, I didn't want to bother you yesterday. I said, all right, I'm going to text her first thing today. The funny thing that happened this week, I decided to have a one-on-one meeting with everybody on my team. And for the people that I had the meeting with so far, I asked them one question. And the same thing they are struggling with is the same thing I'm struggling with. The first person I got on a Zoom call with, she said, Renee, I don't know how to share my story. That's when I knew that's when I knew that this, for my team, this is not just for me. I have to get past this for my team, because when she said that to me, and I became very vulnerable with her, I was like, oh my God, now I know why God had me here for this week. So I said, don't worry, we gonna get this thing fixed. You this morning, Rachel, and quickly you shared what you shared with me, and I started going through the whole series with Michael Todd again. And this time I decided to write some notes, because usually I listen to Michael Todd, but I would just listen. And I decided to really hone in on the words that he was saying and just hearing God through his voice. And I started to just take little notes. One of the things he said, divorce your own perspective of yourself so
fatigue so God can get purpose into your life. So I wrote that down, and I wrote down some other things, and oh goodness, Lord help me. I stay away from my story. I'll tell you guys what I shared with Rachel. I stay away from my story because I was using the word embarrassment. But after listening to the first series in March, I realized it's pride. Like, I'll be honest, it's pride. Because again, I'm comparing myself with all these other people, emerald, diamonds, all the other ranks. That's what I was doing. But really, it was pride. And so I got healing in that. And then now listening to the way everyone is talking, it all happened. Like, I came in the business and I got to Ruby like so fast. And you're absolutely right. There was nobody that I was watching. I was just, my upline said, do this, do this, do this. And I promoted to Ruby. All of a sudden, Facebook blew up. I remember this is when we were really about to take charge on social media. We even had this whole big social media guru training us and all that stuff. We started to follow so many people. And looking back now, that's when my mental block came in. You know, so that's where I am. I do believe, listen, I am so happy and I so appreciate this Thursday night meeting. Like, my sideline sisters are on here. We talk about this meeting all the time because we know that this hour, there's going to be some healing. And I know as of tonight, oh, I know this is it. I'm burying this thing. I'm letting it go. I don't care. Like you said, Rachel, nobody knows our rank. Ain't nobody studying our compensation plan. We're not. I mean, so why are we focusing on what everybody else is saying? So thank you. Hashtag, I am not It Works famous. I don't want to be It Works famous. I came in this business because I want to be home with my 3 kids. I have a student loan debt that I didn't know anything about living a debt-free life until I heard it here. You hear about it, but to actually see people living that life. And so I came home to my kids. After I hit Ruby, I just needed that extra $500. That's all I needed, because my husband, he brings in a very nice income. So I just needed Ruby because I just wanted to be home with them. But this is just something for me. And now my goal is to pay off my student loan bill. And it's just to prove to myself that when I put my mind to something, I can do it. You know, so that's where I'm at. Ooh.
Oh, good. Oh, my gosh. You got me over here crying. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being brave. That was awesome. Thank you for being brave. That is, okay, guys. Hashtag not It Works famous. Okay? And when y'all do that hashtag, I'm going to have to, Cammie going to be like, what is this not It Works? Let me go ahead and call and tell her now. She would be like, why is everybody not It Works famous? And be like, okay, listen, what had happened was, man, y'all. Anybody else got something else right now in this moment? Wow.
Hey y'all. Karen brought me in, and I just want to say thank you. I got my first loyal customer today. And I didn't think I can do it, but I did. So I'm excited about that. But I just wanted to say y'all are so inspirational, and I don't want to go back to my old job, which was FedEx. Y'all might have heard me talking about it or whatever. And just being here, like, it ain't even about the money and what we gonna make and, you know, what's the next level. It's just being around a group of women that understand, that know I've been through what you've been through.
I know how you feel. Like, that's enough for me. Forget about everything else. Just being around y'all. And then to find out people that don't support me, that know me, and the ones that supported me that don't even know me, like, that's just a lot. And now when I see it, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I kept saying, just delete them. But I'm like, well, these people are supposed to know me. Like, they're not supporting me though. So that's what I was dealing with, and I had to get over that, and I think I'm over it.
Hey, come on, welcome to the bright side. Read your pro, and let's release them to let them be who they are and keep it moving. Keisha, was you gonna say something? I think Keisha had unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
No, when you were talking about, following people and all of those things, I always try to put my mind in a place, like if this wasn't a business and it was just like wherever you work at or where you worked. And I think about like when I was a department manager, we would come together in spaces like conference spaces or whatever. And you would hear other people who like doing it big or whatever. And you may write some things, you jot some things down that you may have learned from them. But once you went back to your space, you never thought about that I need to get back to that person in order for me to grow. You just got to take the nuggets that you got from them, but you understand that I have the same resources, the same products, the same everything that they have. I just have to be willing to implement myself, and maybe a couple of things I may have learned. But when I put it in that perspective, how crazy I would have looked trying to find this girl on Facebook after I seen you at this Nordstrom conference, just because, you did 3 million in sales or whatever, when you think about it is, you both have the ability to be at the same position. You both literally have the same resources. The only people I need to connect with is corporate, that's it. And so you really don't have access to anything that I don't have access to. You just implanted yourself in your work in a way that I didn't do it. And so it just made me think of it in that perspective. It doesn't make any sense because she really doesn't have anything that I don't have. Like we have the same thing. And what makes my department work is me, not her. And so I thought that was really good because there is this perception that we've gotten in this business because it's that friendship, fun, freedom, one team, one mission, which it totally is that. But I think it may have been taken to the next level where it didn't need to go, where we were depending on other people's innovation for our growth instead of our own innovation for our personal growth. So my business can only be successful from me. It can't be successful from someone else. It does not make sense for my life because it's just not me. So I thought that was really good and just helps me to shift my perspective in that way. Like she doesn't have anything. I'm gonna get on the corporate training and I have to decide to be me and make it happen. But she doesn't have access to anything that I don't have access to, or he.
So good. And I think the biggest thing, like, come on, I don't know if y'all remember who, just drop in the comments, say me, who was here back when we used to do calls? We used to do Sunday and Monday calls on the phone. Who was here? Say me. Me. Okay. Listen, back then I would hear what somebody did and I didn't care. I was just inspired that they did it. And then I would go back to what our team did. I didn't we may take little pieces like Keisha said, like, oh, okay, that's cute. Maybe we could just switch it up just a little bit. But outside of that, we kept doing us. And us is what got us to the top 150. Us is what got us into the top 100. Being us, doing it the way that we did it. But you never can get us trying to be somebody else. And so thinking about, and what's so crazy is this is a mental check for me, because I have to check myself every single day that I am not, first of all, I love Cammie to death, but I went presidential before I even knew Cammie like that. I didn't even know her. Triple Diamond top income earner Cammie had never spoke my name to me, ever. She didn't even know me. And I was popping in her e-suite, but clearly her e-suite was popping. So why am I trying to study how Denise and Cammie and Stephanie went Black Diamond? No, Rachel, you're going to go Black Diamond the way you go Black Diamond. And God will equip, he's already equipped you. And this is something that we prayed about today, is that it's not that he hasn't paved the way. You just won't move your feet to walk it. The way is already paved for you to be Ruby, for you to be Emerald, for you to be Diamond, for you to be a presidential, for you to be ambassador. It's there. It's already there. You just are holding yourself back because of the release that you need to give yourself in order to walk in it. So tonight, and I'm gonna let y'all go because this was a lot tonight. People probably need a journal. Okay, probably take some time tonight and journal it on out and just go ahead and write out what you're gonna release. But right now in this moment, my prayer for you is that you stop discrediting who God made you to be and let go of who God made other people to be. That part right there. Tonight, my prayer is that you let go of who God designed other people to be and you walk in your victory. You walk in, and this does not negate, like, check your heart if that's what you have that's coming in, like, yep, I'm it. Like, no, you need to go pray. Like, that ain't what this is, okay? Check yourself, get it together, because that ain't even what we're doing here. But what I'm telling you, because the way God makes us is who he made me never takes away from who he made you. And if you're on the same organization, who he made you is literally a puzzle piece to us working together to be our best selves, right? So keep that in mind. Like, God made you great. He made the people that you're bringing into this business great. And the greatness together is better together. And it's going to compound to build his kingdom, because that's the only reason why we're here. We're here to build his kingdom. So I'm going to pray. And this was good. Courtney, I'm just hearing that, Ambassador Diamond, and I'm just excited. Everybody on here is excited to hear you grab the mic. Renee, all y'all who talked, and y'all can say your story, because your story needs to be heard. I'm tired of hearing the same stories at conference, okay? Come on, get your story, but you'll never share your story looking at everybody else's story. We'll never hear your story if you keep telling everybody else's. Well, I'm not ready to share my story. That's fine. Share the part that you're ready to share. That's fine. I used to only just say, hey, I'm a single mom and I'm struggling. Like, I needed help. Extra $500 a month. Date night at Applebee's. And people was like, ooh, I want a date night. And I was like, come on, get this date night, okay? Get this date night. Let me show you how to make some coins. Rap on your lunch break. What's up? Gas money. That's how I built. So let's get back to the basics. Let's get back to who God designed for us to be. And let's go, man. And when they call you for the call, you be excited, because I remember exactly where I was when I got my call for the Show Me Money. I was just telling Bria I was in Jamaica, because listen, I was living my best life. That's why I'm not there for you, because there are good reasons to be connected. But anyways, I'm here to tell y'all, because we're gonna come next month, because y'all gonna get some more bonuses this month. And when we come next month, I'll be like, all right, y'all rich, but that money's going to debt. Yeah, we're not spending that. But anyway, so I was living my best life in Jamaica. But anyways, Sam texted me and was like, oh, you're going to show me money. And I was like, ah! And they was like, who is this black girl? And I was like, hey. Not It Works Famous. I wish I would have had a Rachel to tell me, listen, you are not It Works Famous. Like, you don't have to do it. Stop following all these people. You don't have to be their friends. Just be nice. You don't need to be their friends unless they're going to be friends. Now, I do have some that are my real friends in real life. But not everybody is your real friend in real life. And allow that, and don't force it just because you're in the same. I'm just thinking about how Keisha talked about it. Like, don't force it. Just because you the top and I'm the top don't mean we were meant to be friends. Okay. All right, we're going to pray. Yes, I'm going to upload. Thank you. All right, y'all, I'm going to pray. Oh, I'm going to pray. We're going to get off of here, but, thank you, guys. Dear Heavenly Father, God, we're just grateful for this space and this time, God. We reverence and honor you on tonight. God, we are just so grateful for the release that you are giving us on tonight. Woo! We are grateful for the release that you are giving us on tonight. God, I just feel like you are just renewing hearts and minds, and you are instilling in people who you designed for them to be. God, today we're asking that you forgive us. Forgive us for every time we negated who we are. Forgive us for every time that we look to the left and the right for validation of who you designed for us to be, God. Forgive us for every moment that we thought that we couldn't do it because it didn't look like somebody else, God. So today we are asking that you just fill us up like never before, and just fill our meter to complete full where it just overflows in us, in who you designed for us to be. God, I'm praying that every person on here builds the confidence to know that they have a voice, and their voice is never muted based on the caliber or the way somebody else's voice looks. God, we honor you today for the release that we're feeling right now in this moment. I just feel the feeling of overwhelming, the feeling of joy. But if they don't take the steps to do what it is that they said that they would do in this moment, God, they'll be right back in that same place. So I'm praying right now that this transformation sticks, that we boldly go forth in the actions of unfollowing people, unfriending people, and focusing back on why it is that we came to this business and then going to get it. Because you have equipped us with everything that we need, from everything that corporate gives us to everything that you've already instilled in us, the ideas that you put inside us, but that we're casting them down because they don't look like other people have said that they look like. God, right now we rebuke and bind the spirit of fear. We rebuke and bind the spirit of pride. We rebuke and bind the spirit of discouragement, of doubt, of anything that can block us from moving forward, God. And I just call for your arms of protection, your arms of love when it comes to us moving forward, God, as we go forth boldly and victorious, knowing that the battle is already won, knowing that we're already Ambassador Diamond, knowing that we're already presidential, knowing that we're already triple, double, diamond, emerald, ruby, executives, God, knowing that we're already there, and we're going to be able to do it exactly how we are. We don't have to be like somebody else. And so, God, forgive us for negating who we are. Yes, you will fine-tune us in the midst of it all, but we are going to be exactly who you designed for us to be. And so as we go forth, God, my prayer is that every person lift up their head and are okay with not being It Works famous, but being famous in terms of who it is that you designed for us to be, to make your name famous, because that's the only famous person here is you. And so today we're here to lift you up. And as we move forth in who you designed for us to be, we're going to lift up your name because you gave us this business. You brought us this business. You brought it. Some people who were in a low place and needed to be connected. Some people who were in a low place and needed a way to make finances come to life, God, but you've given us that through this business. And so today, God, we worship you for that. We worship you for that, and we praise you, and we're going to walk out of here with boldness and victory and get exactly what you desire for us to get exactly what you desire for us to get and more, because you're a God of abundance. So we just love you and praise you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.